If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome you all to this new lecture in advanced level where we are solving previous year IIT JEE questions. So today we will be solving question number 10 and question number 11. Okay, then let's try to solve this question. Now if you come to 10, match table 1 and table 2. A circle, they are saying a circle. What is the circle? The locus of the point, circle, parabola, ellipse. These are the condition you have to match. The locus of point for which the line this touches the circle. So locus of the point, what is the condition? It should touch. It should touch means first they are saying locus of this one. That means you have to find the equation between involving h and k only, nothing else. And the condition is should touch. So touch we have already seen in case of circle, the distance from origin should be equal to radius, or you can apply condition of tangency also. So center is here 0, 0, radius is 2. So you take the distance of the line from the center 0, 0 is equal to this, that should be equal to 2. If you solve it, you will find a square plus k square is equal to 1 by 4. So at the end you put x and y to make it equation look like equation. It is the equation of circle. So P will be connected with A. Next, the point Z in the complex plane satisfying this. Now because you have till now you have not studied complex number, those who have studied you can understand, those who have not studied kindly bear with me. So this one z minus 2, z minus 3 is plus minus 3. Now this z minus 2 represents the distance of the point z from the point 2, this mod. Here it represents z minus minus 2, distance of the z from the point minus 2. So it is the distance from a point, it is also distance from a point, and distance between the difference between these two distances is always fixed, either it is plus 3 or minus 3. So difference between the distance of from two fixed point is fixed. What is that? That was the if the sum is fixed, then it is ellipse. If the difference is fixed, then it is hyperbola. So difference from this point, one is from minus 2 comma 0, one is from 2 comma 0 is always 3, which represents it is a hyperbola. It was a condition for the hyperbola. For ellipse the sum is 2, and the experiment we did in the first class of the ellipse. The C1, what C1? The point of the conic represented by this. Now for parametric, what I told you, somehow you have to eliminate this T. Now when you see this type of factors, if you have done differentiation, you know what is the meaning of this one. It is for trigonometric substitution. This is very important standard format for trigonometric substitution. You can take T equal to tan theta, then it is become 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan theta, which is nothing but sin 2 theta. This one if you take 1 minus tan square by cos 2 theta. So if you take 2 theta equal to suppose theta dash, new angle, so it is something A cos theta dash, B sin theta dash. So whose parametric format is of this format? No need to replace also. You can find sin square plus cos square is equal to 1. You can do that one, but no need. Whose format is this one? A cos theta, B sin theta. It is a format for ellipse. So obviously R will be connected to C. Next, S, what they told you, the eccentricity of the conic lies in the interval 1 to infinity. So if it is lying to 1 to infinity, so if it is 1, then you know it is parabola, that is B. If it is greater than 1, then you know it is D, it is hyperbola. So S is connected with both B and D, because with equal to sign it can be parabola, with greater than it can be hyperbola. If you come to T, the point which satisfies this equation, this one. So if I take Z is equal to X plus IY, those who have done, you can do it, you know, the complex number we always treat it like this. So X plus IY plus 1, this real part of this one square is equal to mod Z, you know, those who have done. Again this mod Z is equal to under root x square plus y square. So mod Z square is root will be gone. So what is the real part of this one? It is x plus 1. So x plus 1 whole square, real of this square. So if you open it, one real part will be this one real part will be this one. This is a square plus b square, and 2ab there will be I. Okay, this is real of this square. So if you open it, this will be a square, this will be b square, I square will give you minus, and 2ab there will be imaginary part, because you are taking only real part, so that's why it is not. Now if you open it, you will get something of this format. So what is the equation? This equation, this represents a parabola, that is your option B. It will connect with B. T will be connected with B. Now next 11, an ellipse intersects hyperbola orthogonally. The eccentricity of the ellipse is the reciprocal of the hyperbola. The axis of the ellipses are along the coordinate axis, then equation of ellipse. So if two curves cut orthogonally, then you remember this one. Again, those who have not done differentiation, this one, suppose this is a curve of this fashion, and your hyperbola will be also this fashion, there will be only minus. The change in the ellipse and the hyperbola, there is a sign change in the minus, that's it. So if suppose these two are curves, so the differentiation of this one, that is if you calculate y of this one and y2 of this, from suppose this is y1, this is y2, the differentiation will give the slope of the tangents, because the curves cut orthogonally, that means the tangents are 90 degree to each other. So the slope of this multiplied by slope of this will give you -1. So that's why y1 dash into y2 dash is equal to -1. So if you differentiate this one and if you calculate y dash, your y1 dash is this one. And if you similarly, if you calculate this one, your y2 dash is this one. Those who have not done differentiation, kindly bear with me. When you know this one, then it will be easy for you. So if you take product of these two, that is -1. So this is -1. Now from 1 you can find what is x square by y square. If you divide it by y square, so you can find your x square by y square is this fashion. If you divide by this one is also y square, you will find this one. So if you subtract these two, then you will find x square by y square. Why I am getting it this? Because I need to put x square by y square here, so that I find a relation between a1 a2 and b1 b2. That is my idea. To cut it orthogonally, there should be a relation between a1 a2 and b1 b2. So if you calculate x square by y square is equal to this one, and if you put it there in place of x square by y square, you will get something of this fashion. This is x square by y square. How I have done it? Dividing this one by y square, dividing this one by y square, then you subtract this y square will get cancelled, you will get x square by y square. Now if you separate it, do what, and do some mathematical part, if you, then this is the condition. 1 by a1 minus 1 by a2 is equal to 1 by b1 minus b2. Now this is the condition. Once you know a1 b1, one you know, the first one ellipse is, suppose the hyperbola is given to you, so you know this one. If you divide it by 1, then what was the first one? This one. So if you do this one, this is x square by half, this is y square by minus by half is equal to 1. So you know a1 b1, and the eccentricity also they have given. So if you put it there, you will find the equation between a2 b2. You will find the equation between a2 b2 if you put a1 b1 here, one equation. Another equation you can use the eccentricity. You can find this eccentricity using formula, and you can find the eccentricity of the ellipse also. The ellipse eccentricity is 1 minus b square by a square. So because these ellipses are there along the coordinate, that is standard ellipse. So you can so this will be b2 a2 because it is of ellipse. So this you also know, that is reciprocal. So you will find another equation. You can solve these two, you can find a2 b2 and you can find the equation. But here what I have done, because two equations are given, so I am checking one by one. A and option A and C both represents giving one equation. So let me check whether this satisfies this condition, because this should be satisfied. If this is satisfied, then it will cut orthogonally. So you apply, you put all this a1 b1 this in this condition. So this is your a1, you can say this is your a1, and a2 is equal to half, so this is your a2. Come to this one, so which one is b1? So b1 is again this one -2, so this one 1 by -2, that is -1 by 2, minus what is your b2? B2 is here 1, the coefficient of y square. So you apply, so both sides is equal, that means A is satisfying this condition, orthogonality condition, so A can be the answer, A will be the answer. If you do the second one, again what is A1 is 2, so 1 by 2, and A2 is here 1 by 4, so you apply this one, this is not satisfying. So obviously here from A and C, A is the answer. Or you can do it the way I told you, creating two equations of A2 and B2. You have to be careful. These A2 B2 will be slight difference to A2 B2, because this is these two A2 B2. In hyperbola it is divided by that A2 B2. So you have to take care of this A2 actually, this B2 will be actually, what will be this B2? 1 by B2, and this will be 1 by A2. That you have to be careful, because in hyperbola, in standard form, it is the denominator is treated as AB. So in the eccentricity formula, these denominators are taken as AB, not this. But here I have taken the coefficient, so it will just change it. Now the second one, they are foci, around the foci for B and D. So you found the equation from option A, this is this one. So you know B square, this condition you know, and they have told you the eccentricity is the inverse of that one. So you calculate the eccentricity of the given ellipse, that is this one. Or once you know this one, then there is no need to offer eccentricity also. If you are going by option method, you can directly find the eccentricity and you can find foci. This is your answer option. Or otherwise you can do the eccentricity of the ellipse, then you take reciprocal, eccentricity of the hyperbola, take reciprocal, you will get eccentricity of the ellipse. If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.